Stress Less is a program created by students for students that aims to solve one of the biggest problems in the lives of today's average student. Developed by Aaron Soboleski and Hannah Trainer. Stress is a major problem for students of all ages. We constantly put too much pressure on ourselves on every little thing in our lives, including schoolwork, extracurricular activities, and maintaining relationships with our friends and family. Why does this matter? We need to learn how to better manage stress and give ourselves a break every once in a while. If we are able to do so, it will impact us in the long run. The skills to manage stress are very valuable when we move forward in life, and stress could get harder. The number of times we or anyone around us says, "I'm stressed," is outrageous. It is so common everywhere around us. To put this in perspective, studies show that on average, students feel stressed nearly 50% of the time. This graph also shows that within the past school year, around 82% of students would rate their stress at a 4 or higher on a daily basis. That number needs to decrease. We plan to address this problem by organizing a day of stress less in a high school, which would serve as our culminating event. Ideally, this day would model different events that could happen over the span of a school year. These events center on stress management and a designated time to cut loose and sit back. Our program, Stress Less, will offer events open to students to de-stress. It is our goal to create an atmosphere where students feel comfortable to express themselves and set some time aside to benefit themselves.
The first step in introducing Stress Less is recruiting and gauging the interest level of students to get involved in the planning process. This would happen through an interest presentation put on by the developers of this program. This would help gather people who would ultimately help plan the culminating day of Stress Less. After gathering students to work with us, we would meet roughly for 4 weeks. Once the students become knowledgeable of the program and the planning process that works best for them, they will be able to plan events on their own and would continue meeting on their own after our presentation and assistance is complete. As for the planning of events, there are limited supplies that are needed. However, you may need to think about who you could work with and how to get the space you may need to host the events. Using the resources in the area can help in the planning process. Students can use the surrounding area to their advantage. Here you can see various local businesses and public organizations that can work with us to create or co-sponsor events. For example, there is a yoga center that is part of Parks and Recreation that could put on an event, or Starbucks in the center of town that could donate food and drinks. The students can also take advantage of the many professionals from the University of Connecticut, such as the Academic Achievement Center and the Department of Educational Psychology. Each of these allows the students another resource to gain insight on how students will benefit from the release of stress. So what exactly would this day of Stress Less look like? We hope to plan this during a school day to expose as many students to the program as possible. This would include faculty and staff as well. In addition, if parents, guardians, or any other members of the public wanted to attend, they would definitely be welcome to. This day of Stress Less would showcase events such as therapy dogs, yoga, painting, and even calendar planning. All of the segments on this day would be able to function as separate events. After the day of Stress Less and the program's implementation, students will be able to individually lead and plan events to help their peers better manage their stress and provide an outlet to do so. A community outreach organization within a high school where students and their advisors would ultimately be responsible for the event planning and curation of this project. How is Stress Less going to be successful? What we really need are students and faculty interested in making a change and continuing this legacy. We would like to get involved with people who are like-minded and have similar goals as our developers, helping students manage their stress.